Hello, let us today discuss about the topic plantar aponeurosis. Plantar aponeurosis is present in the region of the sole, which is nothing but the deep fascia of the sole, which is made up of longitudinally running collagen fibers, and at places transversely oriented collagen fibers are also present. So this plantar aponeurosis consists of the central part, the medial part and lateral part. So this is the right-sided foot seen from below. This is the medial part, this is the lateral part and the central part. According to some authors, only the central part is considered as plantar aponeurosis and the lateral and the medial part is considered as plantar fascia. This medial part covers the underneath muscle, that is the abductor hallucis, and the lateral part covers the underneath muscle, that is the abductor digiti minimi, and the central part overlaps or covers the middle muscle, which is the flexor digitorum brevis. All these three muscles are the muscles of the first layer of the sole. Embryologically, if you see, this central part of plantar aponeurosis is considered as the degenerated part of plantaris muscle. The plantaris muscle gets detached and the degenerated part of it is the central part of the plantar aponeurosis. It gets disconnected from the muscle due to the elongation or growth of the heel during evolution. Now coming to the attachments of this central part of the plantar aponeurosis, it is somewhat triangular in shape. Posteriorly it is thin, being attached to the calcaneum bone, and anteriorly at the region of the heads of metatarsals it splits into 5 digital slips, and between the digital slips it is connected by the transverse fibers so as to protect the underneath plantar vessels and nerves. And at places between the digital slips, cushions of fat are present, abundant amount of fat is present to protect the underneath plantar vessels and nerves. And each digital slip divides into superficial and deep stratum. The superficial stratum is attached to the dermis by skin ligaments and blends with the superficial metatarsal ligaments, and the deep stratum blends with the fibrous flexor sheaths of the underlying tendons, that is the flexor digitorum brevis, and blends with the deep transverse metatarsal ligaments. So between the central part and the peripheral part we find this medial intermuscular septum and we find lateral intermuscular septum, dividing the central part from medial one and central part from the lateral one. So this is a medial intermuscular septum which passes vertically, divides the sole into medial intermediate compartments and sends transverse fibers which separates the layers of the sole and consists of proximal part, middle part and distal part. This distal part blends with the flexor sheaths or encloses the flexor hallucis longus muscle and is attached to the base of the first metatarsal bone. Similarly, the lateral intermuscular septum is attached to the base of the fifth metatarsal bone, consists of proximal, intermediate and distal parts, and sometimes it undergoes thickening resulting in the formation of fibrous band. If you see the functions of this plantar aponeurosis, it maintains the longitudinal arches of the foot, like it maintains the arches by acting like tie beam. So in dorsiflexion of the foot, dorsiflexion of the toes and the patient walking on the dorsiflexion of the toes, sometimes this plantar aponeurosis may become taut. So the first function I can say it maintains the longitudinal arch of the foot. It gives origin to the muscles of the first layer of the sole, that is abductor hallucis, abductor digiti minimi and flexor digitorum brevis. Number 3, it protects the underneath plantar vessels and nerves. Number 4, it divides the sole into compartments and subcompartments. So these are all the functions. Again I repeat, it maintains the arches, it protects the underneath vessels, it gives origin to muscles, and it is divided into compartments. Applied anatomy, we can see policeman's heel. Traffic police people who most of the times stand, they might it might result in stretching of this plantar aponeurosis characterized by the pain in the sole, and that condition we call it as the policeman's heel. Sometimes the inflammation of this plantar aponeurosis, which is plantar fasciitis, could induce abnormal ossification in the region of the calcaneum bone and resulting in the formation of bony outgrowths, which we can call it as calcaneal spur or heel spur. So this is all about a small topic called plantar aponeurosis. Thank you.